For those of you lesbians just finding my page, I want you to know, like, I am not a lesbian influencer. I maybe started on TikTok, sharing so much about my relationships. But at this point in my life and in my career, I am a business owner with a huge operation, with a lesbian dating platform, with private matchmaking clients, and a lesbian that hosts retreats for the finest single lesbians in the world at one of the finest wellness resorts in the world, Canyon Ranch. What you're going to find on my page is very different than like cute couples content. Although if I ever get into a relationship, sometimes I will be sharing that. But most of the time I'm sharing client stories, a bit about the matchmaking process, experiences from clients at retreats, and of course the wisdom that comes from doing consistent dating coaching calls for... It's been 7 years of giving people dating advice on the internet. And in the middle of that time, I took a little break. I built another whole business, like a social media agency. And then I started Queer Country Club a year and a couple months ago. Since then, I've shut down my social media agency. I shut down my social media academy, and I've fully focused on what I know my sole purpose is to do here on this earth, which is be the lesbian matchmaker and be here to connect incredible women around the world. The reason I started this is because as a lesbian who is in a small town in the South, there's not a lot of opportunity to date extraordinary queer people. Like, they're not in the wild like they may be for many people in big cities. Although I will say a lot of my clients are literally in LA and New York and Chicago and still are inside of Queer Country Club or having me do private matchmaking, because apparently lesbian dating is hard no matter where you're at. What you're not gonna see from me, at least as much as there used to be on the internet, is personal details in real time about my relationship or romantic experiences. If you listen to the podcast that I just put out today about carrots and sexual trauma, then you will get to hear some insight into some of my personal life, but not in real time. Every time I bring something to my clients, to my audience, I am able to speak about it from a grounded place. And although things may be playful and silly and casual and like white girl stupid, like giddy, like Valley Girl vibes, like at the end of the day, I come across very Gemini on this platform. I am a Taurus rising, Taurus moon, and behind the scenes I'm very grounded. This is my work and my work is me, but it's only a fraction of who I am. And the people who get to know me, like on the retreats, the lesbians who come, or the people in my real life, my friends that I make, they're like, I love that you, one, look the same in real life, two, are the same person, but people only get to see a facet of you. And I want you to remember that, not just about me, but any creators out here. Like, we might not be sharing in real time because we have to actually protect our mental health. We're human. I am not just for consumption. And I felt like my life was a reality show for so long. And so many of you may be here because of that old me that had millions upon millions of views on TikTok. And I'm no longer willing to do the things and put out the kind of content that is, one, either just silly 24/7. I love being silly, but not 24/7. Or two, too vulnerable in real time about relationships. I'm just not anymore. I am a 33-year-old woman. My mental health, my personal growth, my nervous system means a lot to me. And that's why you see me post the things I post, not post the things that I don't post. And I have to say that I love my life. I love helping my clients. I feel like I'm doing exactly what I came here to do. So if there's ever a time where you're like, oh, why doesn't she do stuff like that anymore? Or thinking that all I do is talk about my work, it came from a place of like actually needing grounding and wanting to be my best self so I could be healthy, because being too vulnerable left me with vulnerability hangovers, made me feel like my worth was based on how consumable something was for people on the internet. And that's just not a thing anymore. It's just not. With that being said, if I'm ever in a happy relationship again, which I know I will be one day, I'm very focused on my work right now, but one day, I would love to make cute couple videos again. I would love to share some of that relationship. But I think as I've gone on with time, I do things smarter. I hope that my future wife can accept that and not be like, well, you did it with your exes. But I'm also a lot smarter, come a long way. And I saw the emotional labor beyond my working hours that being online with your partner 24/7 does to your nervous system. And I am just not willing to go back there again. So whoever she is, my future wife, would have to be okay with a little bit of social media, because at the end of the day, I am a public person of the internet. So having a picture of us together, super important for me to be able to share one day. But sharing everything, not a thing anymore. And it's so interesting because when I started this journey, I had so many people, casting directors, after me for like a reality show. Now the only reality show that I'm open to is my lesbian retreats. So if there's a casting director watching this and you want to make a show about coming on the lesbian retreats with us, that could be fun. That could be really fun. As long as it was coming from a grounded perspective of seeing queer women blossom and perhaps have chemistry with each other, but all in a very healthy way, no like crazy drama. So yeah, that I'm open to consideration. But other than that, I cannot imagine my life differently. I can't imagine putting everything out there in real time like I used to. And I honestly don't know how it didn't make me sicker. Like, I definitely had autoimmune issues. I definitely struggled with thinking it would be impossible for me to pay my bills if I did not perform 24/7. But I just don't live that way now. And I've built an incredible team. I never thought I'd have an operation this big in my life, not because I didn't think I was capable of it, but because I thought my life path was purely entertainment. And as I've gone down this road and built the network of connections I've had and had the requests for matchmaking as much as I had, there was just no other way. And I feel like the most blessed girl in the world. I was telling someone today, I'm like, I work a lot, but I am the luckiest. Like tomorrow night, I'm leading a speed dating thing. And this friend was like, hey, can we hang out tomorrow night? And I was like, I can't. Like, I literally do that lesbian speed dating till 9:30, 10 o'clock at night sometimes at VIPs. And she was like, wow, that's so cool. And I thought about it and I was like, it is so cool. Like, my life is really cool that I get to do exactly what I'm meant to do and that I love it so much and that I love my clients so much. So anyway, I don't know what led me to talk about this today, but I do want to put it out there for the record, whoever my future wife is, like, there's a reason why I operate differently now. And in the past, I've had someone tell me, well, you did it with her. Why won't you do it with me? And like, honestly, I just feel really good. And I don't want to go back to feeling anxious or like a circus monkey. I just want to serve my clients and have a peaceful little baby grandma life.